Hi guys, I'm Miss Laura. I'm in the Owls class with Miss Lee. Today I'm going to read to you Fish is Fish. At the edge of the woods there was a pond, and there was a minnow and a tadpole, and they swam among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. One morning the tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 legs. "Look," he said triumphantly, "I am a frog." "Nonsense," said the minnow. "How could you become a frog when only just last night you were a little fish like me?" They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, "Frogs are frogs, fish is fish. That's it." In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs and his tail got smaller and smaller. And then one day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water onto the grassy bank. The minnow too had grown and become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-footed friend had gone, but days and weeks went by and the frog did not return. Then one day, a happy splash that shook the weeds. The frog jumped into the pond. "Where have you been?" asked the fish. "I have been all about the world, hopping here and there." And the frog said, "I've seen extraordinary things." "Like what?" asked the fish. "Birds," said the frog mysteriously. "Birds!" And he told the fish all about the birds who had wings and 2 legs and many, many colors. And as the frog talked, his friend saw birds fly through his mind like large feathered fish. "What else?" asked the fish impatiently. "Cows," said the frogs. "Cows. They have 4 legs and horns and eat grass and carry pink bags of milk." "And people," said the frog. "Men and women and children." And he talked and talked until it was dark in the pond. But the picture in the fish's mind was still full of lights and colors and the marvelous things. And oh, he just couldn't sleep. If only he could jump out like his friend and see that wonderful world. These are all the things that the fish thinks are out in the big world. And so days went by, the frog had gone, and the fish just lay there dreaming about the birds in flight, the grazing cows, and those strange animals all dressed up that his friend called people. And then one day, he finally decided that, come what may, he would too see them. And so with a mighty whack of the tail, he jumped clear out of the water and onto the bank. He landed on the dry, warm grass, and he lay there, gasping for air, unable to breathe or move. "Help," he groaned. Luckily, the frog, who had been hunting for butterflies nearby, saw him and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant, and then he breathed deeply, letting the cool, clean water run through his gills. And now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro and up and down just as before. The sun rays reached down into the weeds and gently shifted in the patches of luminous colors. This world was surely the most beautiful of all the worlds. He smiled at his friend the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf. "You were right," he said. "Fish is fish." Bye, guys. I hope you enjoyed our story today.